From empowerment to turning waste to wealth, the Lagos state government says it plans to move to zero waste in the next 10 years. But this was announced by the managing director of the Lagos State Waste Management Authority, Ibrahim Odumboni, at the inaugural ceremony of the Lagos Recyclers Association, LAGRA, at the Muzon Center in Lagos.
It's the first annual conference of the Lagos Recyclers Association. Members of the group converge on the Muzon Center, Onikon, Lagos.
Great Lagos recycling advocates.
The conference highlights plans towards achieving a circular economy for Lagos State. The president of Lagos Recyclers Association advocates the need for residents to adopt the habit of reducing, reusing, and recycling waste to boost the state's gross domestic product.
We have been committed to increasing recycling in Lagos to improve the social and economic health of our citizens, businesses, institutions, and future generations. Increased recycling supports sustainability, resource conservation, job creation, and a stronger economy in Lagos State. In recent years, globally, there has been a huge shift in attitudes towards waste and recycling, with new regulations and targets being set by policymakers and governments alike. At the heart of this discussion is the need to create a circular economy, one that ensures countries handle resources in a sustainable and effective way. This is particularly true of plastic, which, despite being the workhouse of the global economy, is often produced and disposed unsustainably. Progressive schemes should be set up to allow consumers, policymakers, brand owners to adopt the mindset that recyclables are not disposables, but valuable resources. Today, the battle against plastic waste is taking place on a global scale, with new regulations demanding that government and policymakers reassess their approach to handling refuse. By adopting a circular model, it will become possible for us to collect and recycle recyclable materials on a large scale and to a high standard.
The managing director of the State Waste Management Authority is also championing the 3 hours of waste management and wants the people to tap into the opportunities that abound in the sector.
We don't want anything that will upset the sector and send us back to where we used to be before Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. So the governor has made his promises to us. And I can tell you that 2023, even in Loma budget, the reflection is a focus on recycling. The focus is no longer on collecting and just picking. We have been doing that since about Macaulay time. It's about how many can we take and reuse. We want our waste to disappear. We want to move to zero waste in the next 10 years. How do we get there? So we are going to invest as much in the recycling sector. And how are we going to do that? Empowerment of all the members of LAGRA. So together, we want support from FIBRA while the state is doing what we want to do. From all our partners like Polysmart as well that promise to open 300 centers in the next 18 months. Our commitment is to ensure that everybody that is here or every business that is here at least get to manage one of those units.
Meanwhile, the Senior Special Assistant to Governor Sanwo-Olu on Sustainable Development Goals, Lekan Fatodu, reiterates that waste recycling would help beat plastic pollution in Lagos and elsewhere in the country.
And inclusive to everybody. We cannot overemphasize at this very moment the importance of resource management or responsible consumption and production. We are at a time where everybody knows some of the conversations around the challenges of food insecurity. We are also challenged about the fact that our nation, unfortunately, is still a consumption society rather than being a productive and a society that will enhance production. But like they say, Rome is not built in a day. I believe one of the efforts that is being taken by Lagos Recyclers Association will lead to some of the ways, even if not across Nigeria. Lagos State can serve as a pilot case for other states in Nigeria to copy. And we also need to look at some of the, if we don't come together to take a more decisive action on issue of waste management, resource preservation and management, we will actually be facing another danger that is probably going to be difficult for us to control.
Currently, Lagos has over 200 recycling companies and over 6,000 informal recyclers. The waste managers are calling on more players to come on board, see waste as a resource, and achieve a circular economy for Lagos State.